platform with the great rewrite into 2019, we're excited to see how you will use your new skills to change the world.
It'll come back. Oh, the hunger monster is getting very loud. Oh. It's playing now. I see it on YouTube now. So. Okay.
Yep.
Well, there we have it. How awesome is that?
I don't know if we have it or not.
I don't know if we do.
I think we're going to chill for a bit.
I think when you look at that video and think about how much work people have been doing for, I don't know, what would you say, a whole year now at this point?
Yeah.
Maybe a little more. 420 plus is a pretty amazing number.
Pretty quick. And you know, real quick, we got to give a shout out to the production team because we've had 4 live shows. This is our 4th. It's been pretty stellar. If you think about it, you come in, you fly in from Seattle. Mm-hmm. I come into the office. Mm-hmm. We walk in and it's just set up.
That's true. Right? It's really nice.
We got slides already set up.
It's the best thing ever.
Yeah. And sometimes stuff happens. Sometimes it happens, you know, and I think it's YouTube's fault this time.
Sure, no, I'm not putting that on them. I'm putting that on YouTube.
Yeah. So it's a great job. And I think we're good to go. We're gonna give it a couple seconds before we kind of do our official intro as always. Yeah. But it looks like we're going because we have people talking about the art.
Oh yeah,
the snowman. Here.
Oh yeah, look at that. We built this. We built the penguin snowman. It can be done. Yeah. That's pretty good too. If we had more time, we'd maybe decorate it up, put a carrot on there.
So is that like the pine head? Is that like the parent and then the children? Is that what we're doing here?
Yeah, I guess.
Or I don't know.
Or I just rolled a bigger one. So I just rolled a really big pine head and then I just rolled 2 smaller. Stacked them on there. Anyways, I'm Chris and this is Anthony.
Founder and CEO of Linux Academy, and
I'm the VP of Community and the host of a bunch of good shows over at JupiterBroadcasting.com.
Now, one of them being what? Linux Action News.
Linux Action News.
Now, I think you were telling me this morning there's some news out that might be on Linux Action News.
In fact, there's some news that may impact some of you. We have the first quote-unquote public beta of Red Hat Enterprise 8. And it includes some new features, some of which you've been sort of seeing in Fedora. They're relabeled like AppStream and things like that. Available now. If you're a Red Hat subscriber, you can start trying out Red Hat Enterprise 8. You know, our team's taking a look at it. Yeah. It's happening.
There's so much news coming out of Red Hat. So I think I don't even want to get into that because the community's probably got some opinions on it.
Yeah, but we covered it all on Linux Action News, linuxactionnews.com if you want to check it out. But that's not what we're here to talk about today.
No.
We have a lot more to release still.
So this year, it's been a crazy year. It's been a crazy month. And today is going to be kind of one of our biggest of the month of our content launches. So it was funny. We were in here earlier going through slides and we're like, there's not time. Let's fix it up. And a lot of great last minute work. So real quick, we're on with VP of Content, Terry Cox, and his amazing training architect team. So Terry, why don't you introduce yourself and introduce some of your team, or have them introduce themselves, however you want to do it. Just don't give away any of the announcements yet, and we'll go from there.
Good morning, everybody.
All right. Good morning, everybody. This is Terry with linuxacademy.com, VP of Content, and I'm proud to be on with all of these wonderful training architects we have. We have Travis Thomsen, Michael McClaren, John Marx, Michael Christian, Myles Young, Will Boyd, Elle Marquez, Elle Krout, and Justin Mitchell on. Now, this is a much bigger than originally planned stream in terms of announcements. We were able to hurry a few things up and get a couple bonus courses in on this launch and let you know on something that's coming soon. So we'll go through it. We've got a lot of stuff to cover, and everybody's going to be covering their own individual courses with the exception of Elle Krout, who's, say hi to her, she's on the chat, but she just had some root canals done and she's not really able to talk very well. So I'm going to cover her course for her as we launch.
Yep. So it's also known as L prime and L squared internally.
Yeah. And L squared is actually calling him from Berlin.
From the OpenStack Summit.
Which is awesome. So we'll be getting to that soon. We have, guess what? Announcements. Lots of announcements.
Oh, and well, it looks like L from Berlin is up first.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
So Elle, do you want to tell us a little bit about your Essential Container Concepts course?
Hey, everyone. Hi from Berlin, where it is actually getting dark out here already. And my Essential Container Concepts was written with the idea that we have a lot of people using container technology, whether that be Docker or container orchestration like Kubernetes, without understanding what a container really is. So I go back to the history of what was the need in the industry. We talk about the chroot command, we talk about gels, then we go into namespaces and C groups. And then we take the moment to realize what Linux containers were originally as LXC. We go into Docker, and then we dive into the different types of container orchestration.
That sounds pretty good.
I'm pretty excited about it. And so, Elle, real quick, you've had the opportunity, you started something, you actually did a couple of things this quarter, and you started something called It's Okay to Be New at Linux Academy. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it?
So It's Okay to Be New comes with the concept that it's okay to ask questions, it's okay to break things. And I think there has been just this view in the tech industry as a whole that you kind of have to be perfect, that you have to know everything. And I want to break those boundaries and say, you know what, if you want to tackle Docker and you've never used it, or you want to try container orchestration, that's fine. Pick a project, grab somebody, talk to us at Linux Academy, and just start breaking things, and we'll help you along the way.
Oh, that's so awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
You've led some study groups this quarter. Is really fantastic.
Yeah, and been giving away some Pinehead plushies while in Berlin.
So you said you gave away, what, like 50 at the OpenStack Summit?
Half of my suitcase was nothing but Pinehead, so I have been...
The logistics, right?
We love swag. It's one of those things.
The logistics of swag, though.
Yeah, and so Elle's itching for one of the new prototypes we got there coming in, the basketball penguins.
I'm telling you, I'm going to start a Twitter campaign to get it going.
There you go. That's smart.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I love that you have installing LXC and LXD. I think that is a technology that should be getting more attention, and so walking people through that is tops. That looks really great. Essential Container Concepts by Elle Marquez. All right, ready for the next one?
We got to just go. We just got to get to it.
We have so many, yeah.
So, Michael, Kristen, why don't you tell us a little bit about Linux networking and troubleshooting, which, before you do, was the single most requested course on our Linux Academy com.ideas.aha.io link from our community. We listened to the community and we delivered. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. Thank you, Anthony. I took a lot of feedback from the community suggestions, as well as some of the things that I would have liked to have known better about when I was a younger or junior administrator, or even a mid-level administrator. And so really this course is all about improving the quality of life of someone that wants to do anything with networking in Linux. And so we start off with basic network topology. We break down the OSI layers. We deconstruct IP addresses, both IPv4 and 6, break it down even into binary. We move into routing, look at ARP, translating MAC addresses into IPs on the local subnet, TCP handshaking, segments, packets, frames, traversing the network. After that, we're kind of done with the conceptual stuff, and we move into the admin config. So we look at NIC teaming, static routes, DNS, multiple IPs on the same NIC, multiple NICs on the same IP, that kind of thing. Then we move into firewalls. We look at both firewall D and IP tables. Pretty extensive troubleshooting of the firewall, connection troubleshooting as well. This was a big one. Connection troubleshooting in and of itself is such a critical skill to have as a Linux admin. We take a look at packet captures, deconstructing the packet captures, analyzing them. And then we move into the advanced use cases. And so a lot of these were picked by the community. So we look at port forwarding with the firewall. We look at SSH tunneling. We look at proxy servers, load balancing with Nginx and HA proxy, VPN using OpenVPN, and then IDS, IPS with support. And so it was just a lot of fun to work on this course.
You know, I'm personally really excited about this. Look at these learning activities. And for those who don't know, learning activities are independently consumable hands-on labs. We deploy the environment. You do the learning with our instant labs, which maybe we'll demo here in a second. But, you know, I consider myself a DevOps person because I like the infrastructure side of scaling and writing code. But for some reason, whenever I do anything network related, and I don't know if you've ever done this, like if you're reading something that it like blacks out.
Yeah, you want to make sure you really get that stuff too, because networking can mean you can't access your rig.
And I just hate reading stuff about networking. So I'm really excited to go through some of these.
Yeah.
I mean, look at it. You're like using OpenVPN. That's always one that we like setting
Port
up.
forwarding with the firewall, if you just need a refresher on that, or you just need that information, learning activity just for that.
Yeah, creating an SSH tunnel. How many people even know what an SSH tunnel is?
Or what you could do with it.
Yeah. So I'm actually really excited about that because I just zone out. I don't know what it is.
And actually just yesterday, no joke, in the hotel room, I thought, you know, I had a use for creating the static route, and I thought I could use a refresher on that. That was yesterday. So I like the chat room. I'm very elated to see this great work, Michael. And that is awesome. And 40 course videos too.
40. So let's check this out real quick. So let's say I wanted to find some of this stuff. I'm assuming here, what I might do is I might go into training. So we're going to test Instant Labs.
Oh, right.
We got somebody sweating right now. I think our director of lab service. Uh-oh, click the wrong button.
Yeah, that's okay.
Let's see if I can make it happen.
So you go into your, you go in here, you got to log in, Anthony.
It's going to make me log in.
You got to put your secret identity in there.
Oh no, nobody look at it. Okay, good.
Nobody look. Don't hack.
Yeah.
No hack.
Okay,
please.
so I'm in Linux, and we have lots of stuff going on here. So maybe I just want to look at our most recent stuff. So our development team doing some amazing things right now. This is kind of our new beta learning center. And so what I can see is these is the latest content released under this category, hugely requested feature. Now, I might say I want to find everything by Mike. I could go under
that's cool.
the training architect and actually do it and sort by that.
You're watching on the stream, like, I know Mike just did something. Let me go. That is so neat.
So working with static routes, right? I'm going to click on this right here. The theory is with our Instant Lab platform, I shouldn't have to wait to spin up an environment to learn hands-on. I shouldn't have to take files and deploy it in somebody else's environment. I shouldn't have to figure out how to troubleshoot my network. I just want to learn, right?
Get right through.
And so I shouldn't really have to wait.
It's 2018.
It's 2018. I shouldn't really have to wait for a lab to start up either. So our new Instant Lab beta platform should be out on all of our new stuff.
Right.
And if it doesn't work, we're going to give away 500 gems to everybody in the chat room. So here we go. Here we go.
Okay. Here we go. See,
how about
it worked?
It worked. Yes.
We knew it would.
We knew it would.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, never done it.
It's not like we're surprised that the platform works good, right?
No.
And you see what happens here. Like you can open up the AWS console. You have all stuff required for this specific lab. So it's a great activity. I think this was great. I'm going to thumbs up it. And we're going to move back on over to there.
That is so cool that you can filter by all the latest content and by course author. That is the best, especially if you're a live stream watcher.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's keep going. We have more. This one's from Elle Prime, but Terry's going to be filling in for Elle, and it looks like it's mastering regular expressions.
Oh, I'm so excited about this course.
Yeah?
There's so many courses I'm just personally excited about.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, so Terry, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about this course?
Sure. So I asked Elle to kind of give me a heads up on what she would like to talk about for this. So she was kind enough to provide me some information. In Mastering Regular Expressions, she breaks down the learning of regular expressions into two overall sections. First, you're going to learn the alphabet and grammar of regular expressions through simple real-world examples. Then you're going to learn how to put all these new skills together to use expressions within scripts for more advanced results. But don't worry, no scripting is required. She's worked to make sure that your focus lies in learning regular expressions and how to use them alongside whatever tool you require, either that be with Perl or even something like InDesign. As a final note, while your primary focus is PCRE or Perl-compatible regular expressions, she does cover the most popular regular expression engines and how they diverge in features. So you should be ready to jump right in with regular expressions no matter what the situation is. And she's got a number of learning activities that will help you practice. And she has an absolutely beautiful, because I've seen it, interactive diagram that breaks down regular expressions and how those things work in a very visual manner as well.
You know, the thing about regular expressions is whether you're using Linux in the command line, you see it inside of AWS console settings, you do it inside of development. Developers need this, system administrators need this. Mm-hmm. If you want to write custom chef resources, you can utilize regular expressions. I mean, this is just probably the most widespread, also most unknown tool there is. Usually a lot of times regular expressions is just, I'm just going to guess and, you know, put it in a regular expression.
Chat room seems pretty fired up about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 30 course videos too on this one. Yeah. That's looking good. All right, we've got one more from Elle Prime coming up, Terry.
Oh, yeah.
YAML Essentials.
YAML. Another one of those development tools. You see it with CloudFormation, and you see it with Kubernetes.
A lot of new tools being built using YAML on the back end. Yeah.
Terry, tell us a little bit about it.
So for YAML Essentials, it's such a common tool, as you guys said, for everything, from whether it be simple configuration files that you're feeding serialized data into a script, but it's also really popular for configuration management, deployment, container tools through Compose, etc. But while YAML is generally pretty easy to pick up, often we don't take the time to learn it properly and think about why YAML is structured the way that it needs to be. In this particular course, Elle does a good job of breaking down the primary YAML structures and shows how to use them in various combinations to create valid and easy to read YAML files.
You know, so I don't know how many people know this about Elle Krout, Elle Prime. She was, I'm going to have to put on my thinking cap here real quick, I think our fourth or fifth full-time staff member at Linux Academy, joined, I want to say 2015. And she can correct me if I'm wrong. And Elle has just been a key member, right? She came and she's part of the technical writing team. And turns out she's just amazing. She helped us design content and articles and everything. And so she's done an amazing job becoming, she's a training architect now. Yeah. And like, she has some of the top rated courses. She's spoken at SaltStack conference. She has her SaltStack certification course that came out last quarter, the SaltStack deep dive course that came out.
Yeah.
So much stuff. Big DevOps person. And Elle, it's such a great joy having you on the team. And I don't know how many people know this. Back in July, in our course author engineering summit, where we get together and have some fun, Elle was awarded the Student First Award for her contributions in helping our students in the community and making them a priority. As at one of our mission values at Linux Academy is we put our students first. We like to really celebrate that type of culture. So Elle, congratulations on your course launches. It's so great having you on the team. It goes with all of our training architects, but one of the originals that we have on here. And you know, Linux Academy is 7 years old in March this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, while we're on the topic of DevOps, what do you think about doing a little DevOps trivia?
We could do that. We need to give away some of those gems because the chat room revolted.
I know.
And first off, it wasn't rigged. I actually literally grabbed the latest one. Our director of lab services makes sure that Instant Labs is turned on every single new learning activity out there. So it wasn't rigged. But
it was a live test.
You never know.
Yeah.
So I was a little nervous.
All right. Name one of the two people who coined the term DevOps. So you only have to name one of the two. This is like an easy one.
So if somebody names one and another person names the other, technically they could both win then.
I suppose so, yeah.
All right.
So I guess we're going to get rid of some of those gems.
Yeah.
Name one of the two people who coined the term DevOps. Now, I can just consult the wisdom of the Golden Yeti.
Golden Yeti.
Okay, I've got the answer. Yeah. The Golden Yeti has provided me with the answer.
Well, so where can you get a Golden Yeti?
Maybe in the swag store with gems.
The Swag for Gems store on Linux Academy.
Swag for Gems store.
Swag
Don't get it
gems.
wrong.
Yeah.
Not the store for gems.
Also, it's not the Gems for Swag store. You can't return swag to get gems. So
actually, contact me now.
But I am giving away, if you follow me on Twitter, I've already given away, I think 2,000 or so gems. I'm giving away 10,000 gems to Twitter followers that interact in the month of November that help share about our Black Friday special, talk about our course launches. So follow at Anthony D. James. But we have some winners coming in.
We do. Okay, let's get to the answer.
Let's check it out.
So your two possible answers were Patrick or Andrew, both of which I have to admit are individuals I'm not familiar with. But they seem like nice people based on people that I know that have those names.
Yeah. And, you know, they've done a lot for the community.
That's
so we'll
true.
give them some props.
That's true.
Yeah.
They've also kicked off years of debate of what is DevOps exactly? And we thank them for that.
Well, so, and I love that because we offer tooling training on DevOps under our category. And we often get like, DevOps isn't tools, it's processes. Yes, that are implemented through tooling.
True.
Right? So it is a methodology.
Right.
It is also, you support that methodology through tooling.
Yeah.
So
it's a way of working and a way of tooling.
So I hope Myles Young is ready.
Yeah, Myles, get ready because we are moving on to more announcements.
Elastic Certified Engineer Certification Prep Course. Myles Young, take it from here.
Yeah, so if some of you guys were paying attention earlier this year, you got a little bit excited like I did when Elastic announced their certification program. So specifically, their first certification they're launching is the Elastic Certified Engineer, which is out now. And so this course is a preparation for that exam. So the exam is purely hands-on. Everything you do is basically, you're just given a whole bunch of servers and you have to perform a bunch of tasks to them. So keeping that in mind, when I was designing this course, I wanted to make it as hands-on as possible. So every objective for the exam has a corresponding lesson, which is completely hands-on, and a demonstration. And we use the Linux Academy cloud servers for that, so you get to follow along with me. And then you ultimately get to exercise each of the objectives 3 times. So once through the lesson with a guided hands-on, you get to exercise again yourself with the learning activities. And then you also get to test your competency at the end of the course with 2 practice exams.
2 practice exams.
So the stack, right? The Elk stack, how are they worded tonight? I know there are some changes. The thing is one of the cool things about this technology is there's even cloud services based off of it. So learning it's really important, but you can visualize so much network information. Think about it. We have over 20,000 virtual machines as part of our cloud playground. We can visualize everything that's going on. You can deploy it. If you're working inside of Amazon, you can deploy it and visualize traffic and threats on guard duty and your VPC networking traffic through flow logs. So this is really one of those kind of futuristic tools for managing. It helps to find threat detection on your environments around security. So it's one of those big tools.
And knowing how to get information out of it is key, which you can see these learning activities cover, plus 39 course videos.
Yeah, and so maybe you don't want to get certified. Myles, you have some really high rated content on Linux Academy. You've done a couple prior courses on this. Do you want to just tell us what those are real quick?
Yeah, so the first course I did was an Elastic Stack Essentials course. So that was just kind of a very beginner introduction to the Elastic Stack, so all the components of the stack. The second one we did was the Elasticsearch Deep Dive course. So that has a little bit of overlap with this course, but not as much as you might think. The Elasticsearch Deep Dive focuses a lot on production deployments, maintenance, securing, monitoring, and using Elasticsearch as an engineer or as an administrator. So that's a really good course if you're in one of those roles and you want to deploy and maintain Elasticsearch in production. The Elasticsearch Certified Engineer course is again focused on Elasticsearch, but it covers all aspects of Elasticsearch. We go into just about every use case there is. We get into some of the more esoteric features of it, and it's great for developers. Maybe you want to use Elasticsearch as a NoSQL database or for site search, maybe doing business intelligence, operational analytics. Pretty much everything is covered in this course, and we really dive into the nitty-gritty features that you wouldn't normally see in a typical deployment.
And Myles, is there any prerequisites for starting this certification course?
Yeah, there's quite a few prerequisites. A good Linux understanding is really necessary here. You want to know, so Elle's courses are great to take before this. If you're not familiar with YAML or regular expressions or JSON, you're going to want to have at least a basic understanding of PKI and how to kind of build your own PKI infrastructure. And you're also going to want to have a relatively basic understanding of programming principles, because there's going to be some scripting involved as well.
So that is fantastic. I'm probably going to go through the deep dive one. I don't know if I'm going to go for the certification quite yet. Got a lot of work on Kubernetes too. So Myles, that was awesome. I appreciate you sharing that. Now, before we go on, I saw you getting button trigger there. Before we go on, our next course was brought to us by Will Boyd, who just got done doing the Kubernetes the hard way course. He got done early with it, and he was like, I can do another one. And so what we were really looking at is one of the things where we're doing inside of Linux Academy is we're building training programs for our own teams through our training. Now, we have sales teams and marketing teams, and we have teams for customer success on our B2B platform that they may not need to be Elastic Stack certified, but understanding how Kubernetes and containers
so we can talk about them.
Yeah, how does it play a role in solving cloud migration and cost architectures? And so what we did is Will Boyd designed this course specifically to address some of those issues for kind of our sales teams and other sales teams that have, there's a lot of B2B customers on the Linux Academy platform. And this is the beginner's guide to containers and orchestration by Will Boyd. So Will, tell us a little bit about this course that I haven't already just said.
Yeah, so this is a course dealing with containers and orchestration that's really not geared toward the technical people. If you're a complete beginner and you barely even know what a container is or don't even know what a container is at all, and you want to learn what that is, you want to learn about it and understand it, that's what this course is. It doesn't have any consoles or command lines or anything like that. It's just a simple high-level introduction to those concepts, just to give you an idea of what containers are all about, what Docker is all about, what orchestration is all about, what things like Kubernetes are all about, how all those concepts work together, and how they can benefit you.
You know what I really think is perfect for somebody out there is if you're watching this, you could start with something like this and then just keep going and going and learning more.
Yeah.
You got that Black Friday sale coming up. It could be a good time to get in if you want to get started.
Yeah, it's going to be $299 where you're grandfathered in with the automatic renew pricing as long
that
as...
seems like a big deal.
Huge value. Well, so we had our original members from when we only had 6 videos and we launched 7 years ago.
Still locked in.
Still locked in on that pricing.
But here's the thing that I didn't really appreciate until the last live stream was that existing subscribers
absolutely
can take advantage of it too.
Oh, so we love our students, right? So we want to treat everybody. We're very appreciative of all of our students. We want to treat everybody fairly and tell them that thank you for being members. So,
and this, I mean, if you're just getting started, this is a great place to start right here.
Followed up by some of the Elle Marquez container functionality there.
Great timing. So
absolutely.
Well done, Will. Way to just really knock them out too.
So we actually have a new one coming out. And John, I'm prepping here. I'm giving you about a 10-second head notice. Now, I'm actually really excited about a lot of these courses today because we've launched a new security category. But the thing is in the world of cloud and DevOps and automation, you can automate security. And we want to dive into that. So John, why don't you tell us a little bit about your first course, DevSecOps Essentials?
Yeah, thank you, Anthony. Well, this is a beginner's course, and I don't know if our students are familiar with a survey course in college, but when I didn't know what I wanted to major in, I took a survey course, and it gave me one semester where they dipped into a whole bunch of topics, but they didn't go very deep. And that's kind of what this DevSecOps Essentials course is. It takes the continuous integration, continuous deployment process, which is a continuous delivery pipeline. It takes that end-to-end process, which is used to implement that cultural change. But one of those cultural changes, guess what? You're on a cross-functional team. So if you're a developer, you have your area of specialty, but when the operations folks start coming in and talking about a bunch of engineering stuff, you can kind of be outside your comfort zone. Same if you're an engineer and you're in a room with a bunch of developers. So what this course does is it really gives you an end-to-end view of the terminology and the technology needed to do security as part of a continuous delivery pipeline. It's an awesome way to get the vocabulary, and my hope for the students is that it expands your comfort zone. So when you're working on those cross-functional teams and somebody asks you a question, you don't feel like they're speaking a foreign language.
What I love about this is John loves this stuff. And so that's what's so great about our training architects, the subject matter experts on staff, is like, they eat, live, breathe, everything, this stuff. And the thing is about this kind of content type, you know, the essentials, the concepts, as an engineer, an architect, a developer, you don't have to necessarily know how to manage everything at the detailed certification level. Sometimes you just need to know the concepts, use cases, scenarios in your brain. So when you're in a situation, you can say, I know the perfect tool for that. Then I can go learn the deep dive component of those tools. And so for me personally, I just like taking all of the essential stuff, even if it's not necessarily for me. I got a good understanding of it. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And you get to button it all up with a review exam of it all too, which I think is really a nice touch.
Absolutely.
You ready for the next one?
Security.
Yeah, this is one that people will recognize. CompTIA Security Plus.
Security Plus by Justin Mitchell. Why don't you take it over and tell us a little bit about this new CompTIA certification course?
Sure. Thanks a lot, Anthony. So Security Plus is really just a foundational test over the foundation of all the 6 domains outlined by CompTIA. And what we're trying to do in this course is capture all of those concepts that Security Plus exam will be over and present it to the student in a way that makes it's really introductory level stuff. Is concept based. And so we're trying to just capture that stuff so that the student can go in and pass the Security Plus exam.
I love this. I really do. So, you know,
this is one people are looking for.
Absolutely. And security is one of those things that was, you know, it's highly requested. It's a logical component, but in this world today, it's more important than it has ever been to really have the foundational knowledge of security. If you have the foundational knowledge of security, then if you know how to think, right, you know the things to look for. It's all about foundational knowledge. And so, Justin, this is awesome. Great work on this. I know. How long have you been at Linux Academy?
My first day was the 31st of July. So August 1st.
August 1st.
Right to work.
Brand new course, CompTIA Security Plus. That's a big first course.
And you got a learning activity on a couple of essentials, and like exchanging SSH keys, utilizing TCP dump, just a couple of ones you could just go take individually that would be really useful too.
Well, it's independently consumable. So even, you know, if I just want to refresh my memory or learn how to do something, maybe I don't need the certification. Some people don't need it, right? I can just take that stuff.
Such a cool resource.
So absolutely.
All right. Speaking of more resources.
Michael McClaren, who I met actually at Texas Linux Fest.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, which is kind of, well, we knew way before that. We knew for like 6 years now.
Yeah.
Met him at Texas Linux Fest, clicked. Actually, Elle Marquez too. Just kind of clicked. You know, we got him on the team.
It was a good fest.
It was, yeah. And so now we have the Certified Jenkins Engineer, which is going to be available on Monday. Now, before I let him tell you a little bit about it, we had the Certified Jenkins Engineer course on our platform for like the past 2 years. In August or so, they completely updated the certification. Now, we don't have a legacy section yet for our content, which I think we're going to, but we like to only have correctly dated and up-to-date content on the platform. For example, our Red Hat Certified Systems Administrator is up to date. And so it wasn't up to date. So we pulled it. So the Certified Jenkins Engineer.
I see.
And we rebuilt it. We tried to get ahead of it, but as soon as we had the information, we did it. Michael, why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Oh man, it was so exciting doing this course. Diving into the new stuff that they've added to it. It's just an amazing thing to look at. And remember, please, that this is a certification course. And so we're really prepping you with what you need to know to pass the exam. But there's so much more to this. Don't stop here. There's a little bit of a prereq. If you've looked at Terry's Jenkins Quick Start course, that's one you need to go through before you get here. But we're going to take you all the way from a blank server into complete distributed architecture and build agents. I even snuck in a Windows build agent in there so people can see how to do that too. Don't hate me. But
you just like pushing my buttons, don't you?
I do. I love pushing your buttons, Anthony. But no, this course is great and exciting. It was a lot of fun to do. And I hope everybody gets as excited about it as I do, because I absolutely love DevOps. I love CI/CD. And this is the kind of thing that really gets me out of bed in the morning. I really enjoy doing stuff like this.
You know, and I want to touch on what he said, was that there's so much more than just prepping for the certification. So it's our philosophy when we design content to train you at which the level that the exam expects, which means we don't just have PowerPoints that tell you how to pass an exam. It means we design it from the ground up to teach you how to fundamentally do this and perform it in production environments. So that way you can use it in your job. So that way, when you can use it and actually get a job, you get in a job interview because you have a certification and you start talking about it, you got to be able to back it up. So certifications get you the job interview. So this is fantastic. I love that about our team. Oh, this is so much exciting stuff. I love what's going on.
This is great. 38 course videos on that one too, which is just amazing. Okay. All right. How about learning a little Docker by doing?
Now, Travis, I'm going to have you tell us a little bit about this, but it's 100% hands-on learning activities, hands-on labs.
Wow.
Course on Linux. Travis, take over.
All right. So if you guys remember, or if you're on the stream from last week, we launched my original course. We decided to go enroll in some of Treva's content into my course. So we now have it broken up into two major sections, which is Introduction to Docker Containers, which is being presented by Treva Williams, and then Beyond the Basics, which will be presented by myself. And again, as Anthony pointed out, this is 100% hands-on, very minimal videos as well as PowerPoints.
You know, I love this type of setup on that. So Travis, thanks for quickly going and doing that. And I believe we actually do. I'm looking at the community conversation at the same time. And I believe we do already have a GitLab course out there. But also, I said Slack, which reminds me, join the Linux Academy community Slack. I think we have over 6,000 people on there now to date. It's linuxacademy.slack.com, I think, or
it's not Linux Academy.
It's slack.linuxacademy.com is what it is.
I don't know. I don't think so.
So if you log into Linux Academy and you click on the community link,
there you go.
Slack,
there you go.
Go ahead in there and do it in there.
Yeah, that's probably the better way to go anyway.
Speaking of making sure our content is really designed good, you know, we went in and we took some of that stuff, we combined it into a 100% hands-on course. We have the Learn AWS by Doing. That's one of the most popular AWS courses we have, which is 100% hands-on. One of the things that we haven't done well at, I like to admit things that we haven't improved on, that we're really going to start focusing on specifically with all this content. You know, we have new content discovery stuff on Learning Center, but there's still, what paths do I need to take? We're going to start really focusing on some of our learning paths going forward over the next 3 to 4 months. And Terry, why don't you tell us some of the new learning paths that are launching today as well?
So sure. As far as the new learning paths, I added a containers and container orchestration learning path that basically takes all of the container related content that we have and have released over the past 6 months or more, and added that to a single learning path. So whether you were interested in containers in general and you wanted to have and get an idea from the beginning up what containers are, whether you wanted to work with Docker and the Docker engine, see Kubernetes and how it does orchestration, or investigate the difference between that and LXC, LXD containers, then that's really what that learning path is. It'll give you a well-rounded view of all the container content that we have on the site. And then what I did is I went through and updated the existing learning paths that we have so that they reflect the most recent versions of the certifications or the new additions to those things. Like, for example, the Docker learning path added Kubernetes the hard way for orchestration, made sure that we had the Linux Foundation certified engineer reflected in the DevOps engineer and the Linux system administrator senior level. So that way, if you join any of these learning paths, you have the latest and greatest, including the LPI, now that we have that completely rounded out, from Linux Essentials all the way through the LPI DevOps, so the 100% coverage of those LPI certifications.
You know, one of the biggest problems that we've had is we have so much content. And so that's why our new content discovery is there. That's why learning paths on there. But believe it or not, we work really hard on making sure the content is up to date and of highest quality. So we have a rating system, we have internal tools, we have all of these things where we're monitoring it, and we pull content that's deemed bad or outdated at any given time. One of the problems that we've had that we didn't expect to have is we've launched so much content and we rebuild content when it's outdated. And we've done that so many times that managing the learning paths was actually a little bit of a challenge. So we've had to kind of refactor that a little bit because we want to make sure that you have only the most up-to-date content. That's our mission here, right? And so it's a crazy setup. It's one of the reasons we have all of our full-time training architects on staff. They're always watching the certifications. You know, we have a multifaceted approach to make sure that you have the latest and greatest there is.
Think about it. And it's just a huge job, but it's part of what the subscription goes towards.
Part of what we do.
You ready for a little Anthony leak?
A little bit of an Anthony leak. So we teased a little bit of Azure, but we're not quite ready. We would have been ready for Azure launches. But what happened was Microsoft, about a month ago, completely revamped their entire certification process. And we were getting ready to launch quite a few courses, certification courses, the 70 paths for Microsoft Azure. And then they're like, no, we're not going to do that anymore. So we pivoted. And our Azure team and several other people have pivoted quickly and are committed to getting out some Azure content by the end of the year. And this is a holiday season. So I got to tell you what, the commitment from this team to do this through the holiday season for our students literally says we love our students, right? So great job, team. But what we're working on right now, and we're working on getting it out, first part, end of the year, first part of January, the AZ100 Microsoft Azure Infrastructure, AZ200 Microsoft Azure Developer, AZ300 Microsoft Azure Architect. Now, why does it take 3 months to get a content out, right? We don't just throw in PowerPoints and talk about stuff. We build the hands-on labs, which means we got to build environments. We build interactive diagrams, which is the single hardest thing to do when building a course, believe it or not. Very tedious, but it's what our students wanted. So it's going to have interactive diagrams. It's going to have hands-on labs. We're going to have practice exams. We're in the middle of, we're going to be revamping our practice exam system to support the new question types coming out on these Azure exams. So you have drag and drop diagrams. You have true or false. We're going to make sure we support all that. That's what we do.
That's going to be awesome for the Azure folks out there. So keep your eyes out for that. What do you think? We just talking about how hard everybody's working. We would talk a little bit about all the things that we've accomplished in 2018.
You know, this show has traditionally been, you know, we talk a lot about our training architects, right? But the thing is we have an amazing team in the back end making stuff happen. We have a support group that's focusing on answering all of your questions 7 days a week. We have a customer success group that's working with our B2B customers, helping train their teams. We have a sales group helping people get their team set up for success. We have so we have so much stuff. We have an HR team, a recruitment team.
Obviously the community.
We have the community team.
It's all the heavy lifting over here.
And we have the development team where we've launched Cloud Playground, Instant Lab, new Learning Center, new profiles. They're in the middle of a rewrite. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull up my mobile app.
Oh, yeah?
Because I have a list. They slacked me a list of things they are working on and that are going to be coming out on our mobile apps.
Oh, man. Oh, really? Okay.
Top secret information.
Okay.
So study groups and the community are coming to mobile apps by the end of the year. Our new notification center, right? You have your notifications at the top, is coming to the app. Revamped flashcards with the ability to create and manage decks from your phone. These are all planned before the new year. Now, be gracious. Sometimes things happen, and it might be a couple weeks late. This is give or take, right?
Yeah.
Then post New Year, we're working on new user profiles, new onboarding to help you find content, and better browsing of the app to help you find everything that's going on.
That's pretty killer.
Our new Cloud Playground also supports APIs for mobile integration. And so I think we're probably going to see some mobile integration first quarter, second quarter of next year.
That's going to be mind blowing.
Oh, it's going to be cool.
That's going to be
I'm
really
just going to spin
cool.
up all the instant terminal. Instant
Yes,
terminal. How many of those I can do on my phone?
Yeah. Exactly.
And then, we have our Cloud Playground with our new Instant Labs. We like to focus on our B2B customers as well. You block port 22. You don't allow downloads. Congratulations. That's a good, secure network. But your team needs to be able to train. So we provide instant terminals over port 443, perfectly secure. You launch an AWS environment, an EC2 instance in there, connect to the EC2 instance through port 22 through our instant terminal, and it's not open on your local network. Keep going.
Tons of platform
instant
updates.
labs. We have a new B2B platform launching.
Woo!
We have new community groups launching.
Yes.
So the team, it is so much fun. We have an annual party on December 7th. So it's going to expect some pictures there. We're going to celebrate as a company all the great stuff that they've done for our students this year. Now,
you ready for field trivia?
I'm ready.
Okay. All right. Let's see if we can give a few more gems away before we get out of here. What is the name of the software development process most often associated with DevOps?
The Grinch.
Yeah.
I just made it. That,
I like it.
That was not.
It's a Christmas.
I didn't insinuate anything there.
No. No, of course not. No, of course not. What is the name of the? I think it is.
That's what's most important right
Isn't
now.
it? I don't know.
It is out. It is out.
I gotta take the kids.
Yeah.
It could be a weekend thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's all rainy in Seattle. The name of the software development process most often associated with DevOps. Oh, all right.
Oh, we got somebody there.
Yeah, we got Vandal and Christopher. Yep. Yeah, you guys have nailed it. You're right. It is Agile. It is Agile.
Now, we're not done. Somebody just earned gems here, and I'm going to plug it again because I don't know why, but it is so cool interacting with our students and community on Twitter. And I'm just like, I want to interact with more people.
Mm-hmm.
Follow me, Anthony D. James. Interact. So I'm giving away another 8,000 gems between now and December 1st.
All right.
So
you may one day
have enough gems for a golden Yeti.
Maybe. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. It's a different gold than I expected, and I like it.
I feel like all of the staff at Linux Academy is wanting one of these too. So
yeah, maybe.
I know it's going to happen.
We had so much content released this year. So much content came out. I mean, the official number is 420 individual pieces of content, but I think it's way bigger than that in actuality.
Right. So what we've done is we like to manage expectations because we want to make sure that we deliver. So, for example, we promised 200 plus. I believe. What did Winnie say that we actually delivered?
350 or something like that.
350.
Maybe more than that, actually.
So we've had a ton of content announcements this year. Here's a quick recap of all of them. These are all independently consumable pieces of content. That's why we're classifying it as that. Super important for your learning. But, I was working with one of our B2B customers. They came out, they visited us, and they said, you've launched so much content. We're concerned on keeping it up to date. And I told them all of our internal tools, how we monitor it, and then some of our strategy for 2019 and our course launch strategy.
Yeah.
And they were like, all right, that's why.
It's something we're always working on, too.
Now, a quick Easter egg.
Oh, yeah?
The January launch roadmap is available. And it's on our B2B platform update PDF. If you can find it, I'd say it's somewhere on the dashboard where there's an ad.
Somewhere in that area.
More
Anthony leaks.
I'm starting to have fun with that.
More stuff, huh?
With our January launch roadmap.
Yeah, okay. That's pretty cool.
Now, let's get some questions going as we do the trivia. I want trivia.
Whatever it is.
I don't know what the deal is. Coffee. And let's see if we have any questions for our training architect team that's here. We got a lot of subject matter experts. They've done an amazing job on this content. We have some first-time people on here as well. So let's just make sure that we interact with them. If they have any questions, but go ahead with that.
All right. So while you guys are asking your questions, also toss out the answer to this. What programming language was Hadoop written in?
So we're going to give a secret. It was not a programming language that was introduced in the past 15 years.
Good hit.
Yep.
All right. That's there you go.
That was easy.
Oh, we're okay. All right. Answers are rolling in.
It's Guru SK got it.
Yep. We get boom. Java. You see? It's Java. Everybody loves Java. Wow, look at them. Look at them go. You guys got it. Okay, yeah. So now send those questions in. When I think about the amount of experts that Linux Academy has behind the scenes, it's a powerful powerful group of people.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
How many active certifications does Linux Academy have on staff?
I'm going to guess.
And in fact, you know what? Let's ask the community. I'm going to give away 500 gems. If in the next minute, you know, I'm going to give 500 gems. Whoever gets within 5.
Okay.
The first person to get within 5 of our active certifications.
I'm going to toss a guess out 50.
Well, if anybody followed me on Twitter or LinkedIn, they would already know.
No.
Yeah. So there is some advantages there, but 500 gems.
Okay.
And it is a lot because we celebrate learning. And in fact, at Linux Academy, we have this philosophy or process or benefit, whatever you want to call it, that anybody who gets a certification related to what we do at the company, we offer them $1,000 bonus. We believe in what we do, and we believe in building experts and having experts on staff. And we back up what we say. We believe in learning. We love training.
That's great. All right, we got guests coming in. I got to figure out if there's any podcasting certifications.
Well, I mean, there's a bunch of.
I'll just create one and give it to myself.
We've had some close people. So I posted yesterday that our training architect team.
Right.
But I'm including everybody in the company.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what that number is. You'll have to. So I see 99, 60, 100, 150, 500. That's a big one.
Now 175 is just our training architect team. So I posted that yesterday. So if we add in the rest of the company, there is some, and it's not that many more, but there is some more going on there.
Okay. So 175 is just the training architect.
That's just the training architect.
And if you expand outside that circle, anybody gotten close yet?
So the clue is, well, we're getting there.
Yeah.
I might just have to. I'm going to give it one more second.
Java. It's Java.
It's Java. Yeah. Somebody has a severe lag.
I love the internet. That's great.
All right, we'll give it to. Well, there we go.
Yeah,
we're going to give it to the first person who said 200.
All right,
because it's between. I'm getting a final count, but we are over 190 at this point, and I think relatively close to 200. We still have some stuff coming in this morning from the team. Full-time staff members,
right?
Active certifications on staff at Linux Academy.
That's great.
Approximately 200.
That is so cool.
It's pretty good. I want 300 next year.
Let's go. All right, I'll get on that. All right, so we have also some giveaways to announce. We mentioned last week that we'd be giving away a trip to reInvent 2018 and also a free year of training at Linux Academy. And we're going to kick it off with the giveaway for reInvent to DS Krog. You know who you are. That's your platform name. Reach out to the marketing team. You have just won a free trip. I think the trip's included, but at least the ticket's included.
Sounds like it is now.
It is. You're welcome. There you go. This will be going to you. And now also the free year of training goes to, boom, I'm going to say CJ Cabero. What do you say? Is that? Did you go with that pronunciation of that to handle?
It sounds cool.
You never know, right?
Yeah, this sounds cool.
Monsieur Cabero, you have won one free year of training at Linux Academy. Make sure you reach out to our fine folks on the team and take it, get it. That's even better than the Black Friday deal. But if you didn't win a free year, don't forget we do have the Black Friday giveaway and sale, and we have a meetup coming down at reInvent.
Black Friday.
Yeah,
you mentioned that.
I just did.
I was reading this. I was reading the YouTube. So that's $2.99. We're moving away from promotions because we like building value for everybody. And there's a lot of value you get for your membership.
Absolutely.
You can do up to 9 cloud servers in Cloud Playground now. You can have different instance sizes. All of the infrastructure and labs as part of memberships for B2B and individuals is included, where it's not a variable price. So you save money on your training there. Then all of the content that we launch every quarter and all of the content that we have launched and all of our new features are all included. Now, what I'll tell you about right now, that's I don't think it gets any better. I think that's best of the best.
Yeah.
So
that's a great opportunity to jump in on a great price. If you're going to be at reInvent 2, come hang out with some of the Linux Academy crew at O'Shea's Casino and Pub.
And happy birthday to you, Ben Silverman. Today is your birthday. So happy
is it
birthday
Ben
to
Silver?
you.
Happy birthday, Ben Silverman. You know, he made it to last stream too. That's awesome, Ben.
He said, congrats me for being old.
Yeah.
I don't think we can.
If he wants to,
I think there's some HR rules against that.
Maybe. Yeah, so check it out. If you're going to be at reInvent, go hang out with the crew. Say hi to them. What do you say? One last trivia? Information found freely available on the internet, such as social media, company websites, and Google, is classified as what type of data?
I had no idea.
I've heard this before. In fact, it has existed before the term we are more familiar with. It has been around for a very long time.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
You don't like it?
It's name collision.
It seems weird.
It's a little too much name collision for me.
It seems weird.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's gonna get this.
No?
No.
All right. I'm gonna reveal. I think
Let's give him another couple seconds.
Public. That's what I would call it. I would call it public information.
Yeah.
Which is what I think human beings call it.
It doesn't make sense.
Oh, they're spies.
So there's a clue. There's a clue.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. I guess it doesn't say that it's a term that the CIA coined. There's a little clue for you. Public domain. Public domain would even be good. Public.
Yeah, and we're nowhere close. We're just gonna put
all right, we're gonna reveal. It is called open source intelligence. You've probably heard it before. You've probably, when you were watching the news or something, heard it come up before. And it's actually been around since before open source software. Go figure.
We have one more content announcement before you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just saw it. Oh, you did it. So we're going.
Oh, okay.
We're going to do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
So brand new Scale Your Code episode. I had the opportunity to interview Brendan Burns, which is really insightful as it talked about building an open source community, how to do it around Kubernetes.
Yeah,
really
he's
interesting.
Kubernetes co-founder.
Yeah, he is. Oh, yeah, that's right. He's Kubernetes co-founder. I guess I should mention that. Talks about even kind of the first code set of Kubernetes is in a language you wouldn't expect. And he's lost it, unfortunately.
Oh.
And all the details are in there, but it's in a language that you wouldn't expect.
Cool. That does look. And he talks about the future of VMs. Huh?
He does talk about the future of VMs.
That's pretty cool. Nice. Go check out Scale Your Code for that chat. And one more big thank you.
One more.
That's huge.
I don't think we can thank our team and our students enough, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's just it's really amazing.
It is. And this is our last live show of 2018 to celebrate it. So thank you for all of you who've tuned in to the live stream. We'll be back in the new year. Still working on stuff.
January.
Yep.
January. So we'll have more giveaways.
Yeah.
We'll have more content.
Yeah. It's going to be big.
Yeah.
So to celebrate the big, huge 420 plus content launch, we're going to watch that video one more time that we started the stream out because it is epic. Thank you for joining us, everybody.
Here at Linux Academy, we've always been about putting your future first.
I don't know if the video
This year alone, we've released over 420 new courses, challenges, and other hands-on learning activities. More important than any number, though, is our attention to content quality, relevancy, and accessibility. However, the sheer amount of that content can still seem overwhelming. That's why we've built custom features that help you find, learn, and retain all of that new information. When it comes to planning our content roadmap, who better to impact those decisions than the users themselves? Our thriving community is constantly inspiring us for what to deliver next. At the end of the day, our most valuable resource is you, the community. Simultaneously, our full-time staff always stays on the cutting edge by identifying the latest cloud platform updates, new certifications, and ever-changing exam requirements. That's all well and good, but all that content is only usable if you can quickly and easily locate it. We have released the new Learning Center that enables users to find exactly what they're looking for faster than ever before. We've also created Instant Labs, which means you'll be able to play with cloud environments with preloaded resources immediately. With the brand new Cloud Playground, you get to experiment in a sandbox environment without having to create virtual machines or manage other accounts. Paired with our Instant Terminal, you never have to download any tools or open any ports. And lastly, if you're a manager, you'll be able to see how well your team is learning overall through the Enterprise Dashboard. As we continue innovating our new platform with the great rewrite into 2019, we're excited to see how you will use your new skills to change the world.